to the country's democratic process. Also disturbed that the protests are being hijacked by hoodlums and other unpatriotic Nigerians, as there have been reports of break-ins at a medium-security correctional center along Sapele Road in Benin and burning of police stations all in Edo State, as well as general violence by hoodlums brandishing dangerous weapons, causing mayhem and grounding vehicular movements in major cities across the country. Worried for the public health and safety of the populace, as the protests may escalate the spread of COVID-19 infection across the country. Also worried that due to the protests, people are finding it increasingly difficult to access healthcare and other services. Cognizant that if adequate measures are not taken to address the protest, the country may be thrown into a state of complete anarchy, resulting in needless loss of lives and properties and posing a threat to governance across the country. The House resolves to call on the President to issue an executive order to address some of the broader issues on police brutality. Second, appeal to protesters to have faith in the National Assembly and in the executive in our collective efforts toward finding a lasting solution to the lingering issues of general police misconduct.
60 years ago, our country gained its independence from the British, who until then had chartered our course and devised our fate. 20 years ago, when we set off the shackles of the military dictatorship to commit once more to this grand experiment in civil governance, we gained independence again. Today, we are witnessing across Nigeria a call for a fundamental rethinking of our nationhood. As we sit here in this hallowed chamber, a new independence movement is roiling our nation. A generation of young people who came of age in the years of our democracy have looked upon what we have built and decided that we can do better. We will do well to heed this call and what it portends for Nigeria. Let us take the opportunity of this moment to do the hard things, make the right choices, and pursue those objectives that drive progress and put us in good stead for generations to come. As Speaker of this House of Representatives, let me say now, for the records to reflect, and in the expectation that I will be held to account, I will not sign off on a 2021 budget that does not include adequate provisions to compensate those who have suffered violence and brutality at the hands of the police in Nigeria in the last decade. I will not sign off on a budget that does not meet the reasonable demands of the ASU, to which government has already acceded. There is no better time to rethink the system of funding for higher education in Nigeria. The current system does a great disservice to our children and our country, and we must commit to changing it so that we can free our institutions of higher learning to be citadels where innovation thrives and excellence is a given. With my colleagues in the House of Representatives, I will visit over the next week some of the families of those who have lost loved ones to police brutality. And when we come back, we will work together to honor the memory of those who we have lost. The House of Representatives will pass an electoral reform bill in time for the next generation elections so that we may continue to improve the process of electing our political representatives at all levels. I will support the amendment of the Constitution to ensure that the provisions of fundamental human rights have teeth. Resource control is dealt